Let's see if it stays up here. Now it was staying and then it moved. Oh, what's in this cabinet? I'm trying to put you guys in my medicine cabinet as I use these minutes to get ready. Of course, I'm running behind what I wanted to be running. Woke up late this morning. But let's get right to it today. Old school style, right? Direct to the point. Let us talk about energy hijackers. Like, and it sounds bad, but like seriously, I remember I went to a work conference and they were talking about people and things that hijack your time. And you know that your time is being hijacked when you set a plan for your day and something comes along and just stops it. Sometimes it could be like a boss, like you have a set of tasks to do your job, and all of a sudden your boss comes along with something completely different, right? Sometimes it could be a person, like it's like a coworker that you you may love or you may hate them. They could be a friend, like, oh girl, let's go to coffee, let's go. It's something I gotta tell you, it's really important, or help me with this, help me with that. Or it could be like somebody that you don't like an enemy that's always, or an adversary, I should say, that's always trying to throw a monkey wrench in your way. And that's just work. But even in life, sometimes people, like your family, could just be hijacking all of your time. Like, and it's not that they don't love you and you don't love them, but for some reason, they are just taking you on a different path, right? Now, it's up to you to determine and to decide if that is conducive to where you're trying to go. Because a hijack is something that takes you off the path that you were on. Like you're already in motion with these tools to move in the direction that you want to move. And then something comes along and takes that tool from you. And there are a lot of energy hijackers in this culture and a lot of time hijackers in this culture. Like, seriously. Even last night, the whole reason this came to my mind is that my boyfriend totally hijacked my time last night. Like, and my job did too. And that's why I was kind of like frustrated in my video. I'm going to mess these things up because if I'm taking too long to do this, it's not going to come out right. I had like my own plans to do, like, get my job done in a certain amount of hours because work-life balance has always been something that I struggle with, other people in my industry struggle with. It's just a known fact with what I do for a living. It's nothing against the company that I work for or anything like that. It's just up to you to really hone in to time management. But sometimes it can throw me off my day where I want to go in there and have an 8 or 9 hour day, get out of there, get some workout in. And that's why I signed up for a personal trainer so that I can stay on track no matter what. That didn't happen. So then I'm like, okay, I'm going to go home and work out on my own. That didn't happen because I get home and my boyfriend needs quality time. And granted, we haven't really seen each other for 2 weeks because of his travel schedule. So I allowed that to happen. And sometimes you have to do those kind of things. Sometimes you really do just have to say, you know what? The time and attention that it takes me to build this relationship or for me to go the extra mile for somebody else is worth it to me. But I believe that there is a thing called balance. I'm going to take these pills too, my blood pressure medication. Something that I don't want to be on. There's a thing called balance in life where, yes, I will give you some of my time, some of my energy, but I will not allow you to completely derail me from what I'm trying to do. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just keeping this simple example, because I like to keep it simple on my channel sometimes, even though it really does have a deeper message. After I gave my boyfriend his quality time, he fell asleep. He went to bed. He's out. He was too tired to even watch TV. I could have easily have said, you know what? It's 9 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock. Let me go spend that hour working out. Easily I could have done that. Nope, I didn't do it. And when I think about it this morning, because I'm on my fast and I can think more clearer without so much emotionality. That's not his fault. That's on me. Because truly and honestly, nobody needs all of you. Nobody. Even infants, once you feed them, hold them, burp them, they're going to go to sleep. And they're going to grow up one day out of that phase. So that's just a little thought for people that feel like I'm putting my all over here and my all over there. Make sure it's the path that you want to be on for yourself. If you're happy with that, that's one thing. But don't say it's what you absolutely have to do. I bought a little tablet. I didn't really look at it because I love stationery. I got it because it was cute and it was more money than what I would normally spend. I finally started to look at it and it had all these little things for the day. I buy a lot of that kind of stationery where it's like your to-do list. It asks you like to track how many times you got up and moved today. And then at the bottom of it, it asks you like what's your priorities were at the top, your just regular to-do list, did you move the day? And at the bottom of it, it had 3 little lines for passion project. Just something that simple, visualization about where you want your day to go and how you want to spend your time makes such a difference just on your small day-to-day. But in the grander scheme of life, and I'm telling you this because this is like a lesson that I discovered in the last few years after 30, after I knew how to manage my own energy for saying people on the outside, there comes a time when you have to manage your energy on the inside. One of the biggest lessons that I learned after 30 years old was cutting out things that don't serve me, but really honing in and crafting those things that do feed me, right? And my job is one of those things. It is a very exhausting thing to do, to work for somebody else, to meet their demands, their changes, in a fast-paced environment on a salary, right? And that's not, I got offended yesterday because like, oh, well, why are you still at work? Was this something you didn't do or are you behind? And I'm like, you know why they pay people salaries? No tea, no shade. No, like I'm not being ungrateful. But they do that because they know it's going to take longer for you to do the job than 8 hours. And the overtime that they would pay you to do it, they would probably go bankrupt. They know that, okay? So coping skills to deal with that takes a lot of maturity. And sometimes you don't feel like you're growing, in life. I definitely have had those periods in the last few years where I just felt like there was no growth. But it's going back to knowing what your goals are. And sometimes I go through long periods of my life with no goals at all. I'm just making it through the day. And that just makes me frustrated, right? Because then it's like life is just passing by. And then it makes me even more frustrated when I make a goal and then I feel like I keep getting off track. So then it goes back to no goals. And that's kind of why people don't set goals, because they keep getting off track. And it's one thing to self-sabotage yourself, and it's another thing to let other people hijack your time. People can hijack your time and you say, you know what? You got that little bit of time for me. Now I'm moving on to the next thing. And I think that is a learning lesson and a tool to put into anybody's toolkit without being too preachy or anything like that. On a deeper level, because that's a shallow level, I feel like I always go deep in the last few minutes. And I'm looking at the clock because this is going to be a real working woman's day, even with my little get-together routine. I say that because those are just small examples. When you put that onto the grander road of life, as that guy said, slow motion to it. When you put yourself on the grander road of life, that's things and people who love you or hate you or are indifferent to you can come and hijack your time that is valuable to you, but you have a choice how long you let that go on for, how you react to it, and how you put up with it. I think for me, in this phase of my life, I just didn't know what was going on with me. I didn't feel, I honestly did not feel depressed. I can honestly say that. But I did feel distant, and I did just feel like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is nothing going my way? I really felt that way. And I'm trying to come out of that, and I think I kind of have. And the lesson is coping skills. You got to be able to cope with life on life terms. You have to figure out the areas in your life that you have got to cope with. Like me, there's a lot, shallow and deep, of areas that I have to cope with. I'm going to pause right there because that's a whole nother thing. But just take a look around your life and see what is hijacking your time. Is it worth it to you? Because sometimes it is relationship building. And then how can you work around it? You know, because just because somebody does it doesn't mean like you have to cut them completely out. Like, I don't have to cut my boss completely out all the time. But I can sometimes say, you know, just 1 second or 1 minute, let me have clarity on that, or just ask the question, is it a top priority? I'm working on some other priorities, but if that's bigger than this one, and the person will normally give you an honest feedback. Oh, no, finish up what you're working on, or yes, this is a bigger fish to fry. And the same thing, you know, with your loved ones, it's a little bit more difficult, but that's where respect comes in. And the respect that you have for yourself will resonate with the people that truly love you. Like, if you say, I'm truly working on myself, even if it's just like working out or eating right, just keeping it real shallow. I truly have got to get my health together. I truly need to do this mindless hobby, you know, whether it's photography, Instagram, social media. Even though it doesn't earn me anything, I truly need to do this because it gives me a break or a peace of mind, just for my own enjoyment. You know, like I said yesterday, I'm not a big TV watcher. My boyfriend is, but he's not a big social media person. The time he spends on TV, I can spend on social media or reading or doing my mindless hobby of planning. My planner is right here. I buy so much happy planner stuff. And he looks at me funny sometimes, but because we have that level of relationship that is built on respect, it's better. It makes the relationship better. Even me putting my foot down sometimes and saying, that's not the way that I want to spend my weekend. You can go ahead and do it, but that's not the way that I want to spend my weekend. And he also has his little trigger words about how to do it too. He's very busy throughout the day, and sometimes I call or whatever. And his question when he's busy, he's like, do you need me for anything? That to me as an adult is a trigger of, oh, this person got a lot going on. They got a lot of other priorities and needs that they have to meet right now. Are mine important? Do I really have any needs? And most times, in most cases, about 9.5 times out of 10, mine is a no. But I like that because it's a level of built-in respect that is nothing personal. Somebody is taking care of the things that they need to take care of, no matter how trivial or how mindless. But I would encourage anybody, especially young women, seriously, women of all ages, I'm not joking on this one, to not let people, things, adversity hijack your time, your goals, and your vision for your life. Because you don't want to look back after everybody has ate the food and burped and came out of diapers and went to college and got married to somebody who hates you and been like, but that was my life. What am I supposed to do now? We've all seen that play out so many times. And it's not that you can't take care of people. That's not what I'm saying in this video. And I think that if you listen clearly, you'll see what I'm saying. You can take care of other people and still draw the line for the time to feed the things that are going to serve you the best. And I'm not a big self-love person. You guys know that. I believe that life is all about service. That goes back to what I truly believe. And something that I need to do and make time for is to volunteer. You know, I really have a soft heart, you guys. I am a very stern person, seriously. But I'm very emotional. Like, I can't volunteer with the homeless because I'll cry. I identify with people way too much. You know, the elderly I can do, but oh, please don't let nothing happen to them, because then I'll probably be just like, I'll probably be down for like at least, you know, weeks or a lifetime just thinking about Miss Sally or Miss Becky or whoever it is. So I'm looking for something to volunteer on, because that also enriches your life. So everything that's not for you to gain from is not a hijack. There are certain things that can enrich your life. And it's really important just to stay on that mindset of getting the most out of your energy to make the biggest impact. Okay? And I know my hair is not perfect today, but guess what? Girl, I got a job to do. I got a manager to meet with. I have a check to write. Thinking about renaming my channel. I like basically over 30 or something like that. Something with the word basic in it, because I'm totally a basic person forever and ever. But I will think about it. I'm not going to ramble to you guys too much because my time was running out, and I know I want to be out of this house in 4 minutes. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. It is day 4 of my juice fast. I feel completely back to normal. I am 4 pounds down. That's what I meant to start the video with. And I feel normal. I feel great. Bye.